Hey, yesterday I did Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Today I'm going to do Ultimate Spider-Man number 2. So, Jonathan Hickman is writing, Marco Cicchetto is on art. Once again, Marco Cicchetto does the cover here. Again, I'm going to start on the cover. Not a big fan of the borders signifying the Ultimate Comics. Much prefer if the cover just went through to the whole page. Um, This looks like a pretty cool drawing. I just can't see a third of it, and um, it's fine. It looks more like a book cover than a comic book cover to me. Um, Peter, this is an aged up Peter. If you didn't know, he's in his late 30s. Green Goblin, obviously. 20 years ago, the Maker prevented a radioactive spider from biting a young Peter Parker. He likewise prevented the creation of any other superheroes and formed a secret council to rule the world from the shadows. So basically, in this new Ultimate Universe, there's a new Illuminati, and like it says, they control from the shadows. There's no heroes. The Makers prevented all the heroes from ever being created. Uh, Except Tony Stark figured that out, and so he's been trying to recreate some of the heroes. So in the last issue, he gave Peter Parker a radioactive spider, which Peter allowed to bite him. So obviously we're in New York City here, Fifth Avenue. Got the Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. A really cool shot of Spider-Man here. His foot's coming right at you. Crazy looking web. Really cool perspective here on the city behind him. I really like Cicchetto's art here because he draws lots of details. He doesn't leave out the backgrounds. He's always got things going on to show you where you are, and it really helps ground you in this comic, which is a very story driven comic, and Hickman does a great job of holding your attention here in the conversations. I really like the way he draws Mary Jane. She's got the long red hair. She looks confident. She's attractive. Uh, she's got her own job, her own life going on here. She takes care of her kids. She's worried about Peter. I mean, they have a good relationship. She says, "Have you been working out?" He says, "Maybe a little." So they don't know that he's been bitten by this spider. Um, and he's going out being a hero, doing heroic things in his black costume. Now, I really like that the black costume here, he gets the black costume before the red and blue costume. I think that's a nice touch. Uh, so he's having problems kind of controlling his powers, as we've seen in movies and cartoons and other comics. Um, he falls into the water tower. Pretty cliched Spider-Man stuff. A nice shot here of him looking over the city, right here on the bottom panel. Just that silhouette looks really cool. Then we get uh, uh, J. Jonah Jameson and Ben Parker, who, if you didn't know from my last video, Ben Parker is alive and Aunt May is dead. So kind of a reversal of roles there. Um, so they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. They're starting their own new paper to go against Wilson Fisk, who has taken over the Daily Bugle. Um, and they're trying to figure out a name for their paper. Uh, some more good shots of this black Spider-Man jumping through the city. Again, you kind of lose all sense of where you are here, flipping through the city. Looks really cool. And we get our first villain here. And I don't know if you can guess who this is by the outfit. And what looks like a power set. He's got some gauntlets here, but it's the Shocker. So, really cool page here of Shocker taking Spider-Man out. Falls into the dumpster. So Peter comes back home. He's trying to regroup, and someone walks in on him. His daughter May. So he's trying to make sure May doesn't tell anybody else. Earlier in the comic, they had shown that, you know, the city knows about this Spider-Man guy, but he's basically thought of as a menace, which is another, you know, throwback to how Spider-Man is pretty much always perceived in Spider-Man comics, at least the good ones. He's kind of perceived as a friendly menace. And, of course, some of the bigger, more powerful people in the city, like Kingpin or Norman Osborn, are just trying to take him out. And that's kind of what we got here. Although we haven't been introduced to Osborn's yet. We did see the Kingpin in the last issue. So we get some more of the Kingpin here, speaking of which. And he's got some... this is actually the Captain Britain of the Ultimate Universe. He's a member of the Illuminati. So clearly Kingpin is in league with this shadowy group of figures who are controlling the world. And Peter eventually is back out on the streets. He's texting with Mary Jane. His kids want him home. But he's got Spider-Man business to do. So the cool thing about this black costume as well is it's kind of like the symbiote. I don't think yet it's been introduced that it has any sort of personality of its own, but it kind of wraps around his head, just like the symbiote does in the 616 universe. So, and I like the it's almost like muscle on the suit here, the black suit. Looks really cool the way that that's drawn. So Spidey again, he's trying to take out the Shocker who got the best of him last time. And he seems to do it. Shocker begs off, but Spider-Man falls for the trick again and gets blasted off this rooftop here. And again, back into the dumpster. And he's got the webbing in his face here. And he blasts off using his powers. That's kind of cool. And here in the background of this little skirmish was someone watching. It's the Green Goblin. Again, this is really cool. Like on his armor here, it looks like rubber padding underneath the armor. I really like the way that's drawn. It's a cool mask too. I like the mask. I like this a lot more than the other Ultimate Green Goblin from the previous Ultimate Universe. This looks like a combination of, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi movies, and just their own little touch with the mask. It doesn't have a big, goofy, smiley face on it. Looks menacing. I like it. It kind of looks like the Beetle, I suppose. But it will have to do. So Spider-Man gets home, or Peter gets home, and he has a note from his daughter, and she says, "I drew you a picture of a spider. I hope you like it." And it's blue and red. So I think you can probably guess where that's going. And we get an ad here for Gods, which is another Jonathan Hickman Marvel book that I'd suggest picking up. And that's it. So here's the cover for the third issue coming up. I'll try to get around to reviewing that. There's also Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men. So let me know what you guys thought of this comic. I thought it was decent. A good start to the Spider-Man series. I think they're doing all the right things. Kind of a slow burn in this issue. But it's looking good, and I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm looking forward to the next issue. So if you made it this far, please comment, subscribe, like, get notifications on, all that good stuff. It's a new channel. I'm trying to grow, so share any of the videos you like if you like them, and spread the word, please. And I'll have daily videos coming for you every single day. So Thanks again.